All right, so this is the pads section. I'm gonna do a video covering the pads. Here we have, this is basically where you load up your drum kit, all your drum sounds. So we have, let's see, this is Mighty Kit 02. That's the drum kit I have loaded up. It has a number of kicks, some snares, a couple closed hi-hats, couple open hi-hats, couple crashes, and some ride cymbal, ride bell. And the way it works, I'll get to page 2 in a second, but the way this works is each of these are assigned a type. So these first 4 here are assigned a kick type. The second row is snares. Third and fourth are like the hats. And you can see the color-coded kicks are red. Snares are this cream color, and then blue for the hats. And then so you see each one has a label. So kick, snare, close, hi-hat, crash. And then underneath that, you can actually see the file name. So that's the actual name of the actual file that's loaded up. So in this first one, I have Mighty Kit -2-01.wave is a wave file that's in there. I just take off the .wave to make it a little bit clean. So this is the first page. There's a second page as well. In here, we have the toms. So a low, a mid, and a high. And then a number of percussion. So some percussion are defined. So we have the tambourine, claves, a couple shakers, cowbell. And then the last 8 here, I'm calling auxiliary percussion. These are just general percussion sounds that you may have that you want to put in here that may not quite be a cowbell, may not be a tambourine, a tom, a shaker, or what have you. So any other kind of random percussion, kind of auxiliary percussion, because really drums is all percussion. But any auxiliary percussion you want to throw in here, you could just add in. So whatever sounds you want to add in, you put in there. So that's how it's laid out. So that's 32 sounds that we have currently, 32 slots there. They're labeled and organized. That's going to make sense when we go over to the patterns. You can see everything is a bit organized by your auxiliary percussion, hats, snares, toms, and kicks. And then, so if we play the beat, you go back to your pads, you can mute sounds. You can also solo sounds if you want as well. So, so it has a couple features, muting and soloing. It also shows you down here the MIDI note. So eventually when you drive yourself as MIDI, you know what MIDI note that is. For the most part, follows a general MIDI mapping. Of course, you could load up a kit and you can load up your own kit. So you can load one of these up. If you want to switch out some of the sounds, what you could do, you could go to your own sounds. And let's say I want to switch out one of these kicks. So I have that kick. Maybe I want this kick. So it's a little bit different. So you could drag in your own sounds, and then obviously what you could do, you could go to this menu here, and then you can save this kit as whatever you want to save it as. And it'll bring up the dialog box, and then you can save it as your own kit. So I think that's a core feature that I really wanted. Obviously, I think the power of Mighty Drums is going to be able to create your patterns and get your own sounds in there. So you create your own patterns. Of course, it comes with a bunch of patterns, but most producers have their own sounds, have their own feel. So, especially if you're using stuff like Splice or what have you. So you could drag in, create your own, drum kit. You can save it, and then you could go on to the, patterns and start to create your patterns. I'll cover the patterns in a separate video.